But let's get down to business again, and more importantly than discussing what we just did, who's going to be the overall loser this year? And Pat, why is that so important?
Well, before I list any names, I'd like to say first, when the forefathers created this event, traditionally the last place finisher would buy beer for everyone else in the race. We've done a very good job of, over the last 2 years, upholding that tradition. I think it's good to stick to where just remember where you started from.
Absolutely. Stick to the roots.
Right. So with that said, I'd like to say I think Tom Ginap has pulled his entry from the race. He pretty much from the get-go said he wasn't going to show up again. And he's been last place twice. So that really leaves last place wide open. Unfortunately, the 800 is one of the most unpredictable races there are. But
Absolutely.
with Kevin's declaration of a strong, solid 245, I mean, that's been last place over half the time this race has been run.
That's true. Pat, do you have the numbers and the times of the two previous years?
Yes, I do actually, right here. The meet record, 255.
Absolutely. Slowest time recorded.
Yep. The very first time this event was run, the last place finisher was 255. Last year, 242 was actually last place. So if Kevin holds true to his 245, he's going to be 3 seconds behind last place. So I gotta say Kevin. I mean, unless he has plans to run faster. Last year he ran 238. I know he has it in him to go faster, but I mean, a 245 is a 245. If you're going to call that, I mean, it's going to get you what you deserve it to get you.
It does definitely look like it's Kevin McDonald, but let's listen to your words. Very unpredictable what could happen out
Absolutely.
there. And let's face it, it's another year, and we're a lot more out of shape than we were previously.
Oh, a lot more out of shape.
Absolutely. Now that we got the two most important questions out of the way, Pat, let's get down to the real tough questions. First of all, how are your chances in this race?
I don't think I have any chances, to be honest. Not in great shape. I've been running, yes, I've been running. However, as you can see, not the fittest I've ever been. So, a lot can happen in 800, like I said, but I mean, honestly, I could be first or last, you never know.
As long as you're not last, Pat, that's all that really matters.
Amen.
Okay, and then the last thing we have here, Pat. There is rumor of a mystery entry. One alumni runner cannot be named is supposed to be running. Is there anything you can comment on that?
There's a lot of people who they're non-committal. They haven't confirmed or denied whether they're going to race or not. However, this particular guy, and yes, I've heard about it. I have heard about it. It'll make the race a little bit interesting. He might place dead last. Odds are real good that he'll place dead last. However, he could easily end up first for all I know.
Wow. Well, it's going to be interesting. And now we're going to end the night with a special event.
A look
into the past.
Oh, ready? All right. Welcome to our film room. I'm a sports guy. I know stuff about sports, so they tell me to do sports guy stuff. So first things first, I wanted to go through is this is the start of the race. This is from the race last year. We actually don't have footage from 2 years ago, but this should help us look at some things to see for the future. So first thing I want to look at right here is Andy's foot placement. It's not working at all, but Andy's foot placement here. One thing I know after hearing he's been training with stray dogs, they don't live by rules, and apparently Andy doesn't either. We're going to have to watch that for this year. Otherwise, he could be getting us an unfair advantage over Jason Bigelow, and we don't want that. We want everything to be fair. So here I'm going to take you guys into the race a little bit. Here's the start right here. Like everyone in position. One thing I wanted to point out real quick. Kevin McDonald straight to the back, like immediately to the back. He did not waste time. He didn't even bother trying to get to the front. I think it's a decent strategy. Conserve your energy till the end. A lot of people are taking off a bit fast. I guess we'll see how that works out for him later. All right, as you can see, it's a hot pace. Things are strung out. Jason Bigelow up front. No one really cares about that race. The race we really want to focus on is not right here. Definitely not right here. way back there. So see the guys right back there? These are the beer buyers potentially. So it's interesting to see how everyone seems to gravitate towards that position. Everyone just kind of bides their time. Let's see how this pans out. Last, right here, big move, big break. As you can see, I've taken a big bid to get away from last place. Meanwhile, Tom seems to be in absolutely no rush. Absolutely no rush. He seems to like being last place. I don't know why that is. Maybe that's just a comfortable place for him. Maybe he just likes to watch the race go by. Not sure, but here, let's take a look and see what happens next. Jason Bigelow pulling away. It's almost impossible to see him. He's running so fast. All right, strong finish from Biggs. Of course, two-time winner form right there. Here comes Andy, second place as usual. Craze, actually two-time third-place finisher. And then we got Phil Palomino coming in and Brian Sierkowski as well. Oh, and here comes our Masters Division winner, or actually our only competitor, Adam Frezza. He's the oldest man in the race, oldest man to finish actually. Like by a lot, probably 10 or 15 years. All right, and as you can see right here, there's one thing I wanted to point out, actually. All right, well, first things first, I look great. I'm well clear of last place. We got Tom way back there, of course, with Kevin. He's positioned directly behind Kevin. He seems to feel right directly behind another person. Mario here, he's actually set up pretty nice. He's got a decent gap. Only 50 to go, so it seems like he's going to hold on. One thing I want to point out, this is probably about 20 meters difference right here between me and Kevin and Tom. So as you can see, there's a decent gap here. It's a decent size. The gap's very large, pretty big. So let's see what happens next. All right, so I'm obviously fourth to last, third to last. Coming in, as you can see, Kevin slows down a lot, and that leaves him a little bit vulnerable. However, Tom shows no resilience at all and just refuses to take advantage of that. So Lambo's another stray dog supporting Andy. And as you can see, the race has concluded. Another good year. Hopefully the race plays out a little bit like that this year. Always nice to see a little piece of history.
All right.
And we'll see you tomorrow.